Hi, I'm Mukesh Gupta, and you're watching Thoughts for the Day every day. Today, we're going to talk about an interesting concept called priming. I've said this multiple times in multiple forums that human brain is a pattern matching machine. It identifies and tries to match everything that you see to an existing pattern inside of your brain itself. Now, that coupled with psychological priming can have significant impact on the way you see and react to stuff in your life. Now, let's assume that we meet at a party. I look at you and I can tell you that, by just holding your hands and, measuring how uh, stiff your thumb is when I press back, I can tell you how or what kind of a person you are. It would really be considered as a party trick. But let's say I bent back your thumb slightly, and on the basis of its resistance and curvature, I tell you, that you are quite a stubborn individual, someone who can't be pressured into doing something that you don't want to do. Now, I'll have focused you and your brain to think of all those instances when you were stubborn and when someone tried to get you to do something against your will and you resisted that. Now, imagine if at the same party and by doing the same thing, I told you that you are a very open and very, someone who's able to change his position after getting new information. Again, your brain will start to look back at all your past and pick up those instances when you actually changed your perception, changed your thoughts, changed your beliefs after new information came forward, and tell yourself that yes, I am that kind of a person. So there is a scientific name for this phenomena as well. It's called positive test strategy. Now, what is happening here? So what is happening here is that the moment I tell you that you are this kind of a person, what your brain does is goes back into all its memory and tries to find patterns which match this particular frame that you have been told about. What it does not do is consider all those instances which do not fit the frame. Now, this is very, very important, because our brain easily recognizes the presence of something versus the absence of something else. Now, this is something that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle knew and understood really well and used it in crafting the character of Sherlock Holmes as well. The brilliant Sherlock Holmes was as unrelenting in his attention to what occurred as much to what did not occur. If you've read Sherlock Holmes, you know that one of his most popular stories, which is Silver Blaze, Holmes realizes that a theft under investigation is an inside job. Why? Because he noticed that during the crime, a guard dog did not bark. So while people like you and me might not even think in those terms, Sherlock Holmes did. Now, what happens here is, because of this particular concept, a lot of times we get nudged into doing or thinking about certain things through advertisements, through choice architecture created by some corporation, or some policy created by the government. So, what we need to be doing consciously in order to avoid being nudged in directions that we do not want to go is to be aware of what is happening here. And if you want, you can also use this when you're trying to influence someone for your job. Let's say, for example, if you want someone to think that they are open to change and are innovative and are creative, you need to prime them to think themselves as innovative and creative, so that when you present an idea which is innovative and creative, there is a better chance of that person accepting and being open to that creative idea. So this is priming. You will find it all around us, whether it is advertisements that you see on the television, or it is advertising that you see online, whether it is policy documents, whether it is offer documents, whether it is choice architecture is everywhere, and priming works everywhere. So all I can say is, and you also need to understand that it is cognitively demanding task in order to continually remain sensitive to all the priming that is happening around us. So what I suggest is, if there is an important decision that you want to make, where it makes sense for you to actually cognitively be aware whether or not you are being primed to take a certain action instead of a certain other action that is in your benefit, then stop. Think on both sides. Think and try and break this framing that people do. I hope you are able to use this concept in your life, both number one, to avoid framing related choices that you would not consider otherwise, and two, in your own work or family life where you want to influence someone to positively react to what you have to offer. Thanks a lot. If you like these short series of videos that I do every day, I would request you to subscribe. You can also visit my website where I write. It's www.rmukeshgupta.com. I have a podcast, audio podcast on iTunes. It's called Pushing Beyond the Obvious. And yeah, I mean, if you have any questions that you think you want me to cover and answer in these videos, do let me know in the comments, and I'll try and answer those questions as well. So this is Mukesh Gupta signing off. Have fun.